What's up? What's up? This is your boy Marvin Hunter. Welcome to Marvin Hunter Speaks. As always, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share my videos with your friends. Okay, today we're going to be talking about toxic masculinity, a term that continues to evolve, and every time it does, it confuses men more. So let's get into it. Today, I seen this picture here, right? And I thought that picture was very, very interesting. And I agreed with that picture. And it got me to thinking about the term toxic masculinity, which is a term, it's a trigger word in society today. And it got me to think about how that word keeps evolving, because when I think of toxic masculinity, I think about men predators. I think about men who are sexual deviants, rapists, woman beaters, these type of people, very oppressive men who don't see women as their equal, right? But there's more layers to the term than that. But what's weird is it seems like toxic masculinity has turned into, for a lot of women, everything that a man does that a woman would do differently or annoys a woman is toxic masculinity. How did that happen? And that doesn't seem fair. Not at all. So I said, let me go Google toxic masculinity and see what comes up. And I got to this website and it had a list of behaviors, the behavior of men who display toxic masculinity. And I wrote them down. And so let's go through them right quick. All right, so the first one is socially destructive. So males who are socially destructive, according to this website, this is a form of toxic masculinity. How is what I ask, because I'll be 50 soon. And all of my 49 years on this earth, I can promise you, I've met just as many women who are socially destructive as I have men. People are weird. People have quirks. It is what it is. Now, when being socially destructive is to an extreme, that's mental illness. How do you assign that to men when they are socially destructive? But when women are socially destructive, that's not toxic femininity. I'm confused. Next thing was good old misogyny. We all understand this. We all understand men that hate women. We all understand men that are part of the he-men woman haters club. We understand men who want to be oppressive to women emotionally, socially, physically, financially. We understand that. We understand men who are intimidated by their significant other who makes more money than them, which I never understood that crap. That's some of the stupidest mess I've heard in my life. But anyway, all the money's coming to the house, so I never understood dudes who were like that. But we know these guys. This is toxic masculinity. And then you get into men who are jealous and men who are dominating and very controlling. However, when we get to this area, it gets very tricky for me because, again, in my 49 years on earth, I've met just as many women who were jealous and just as many women who were controlling over their significant other as I have dudes. What is it? Why is it that when a dude displays this dysfunction, there's a label for it, but not for women? Somebody explain it to me. But anyway, I'm not that, I've never been that. You know what I'm saying? If I got to chase up behind you and worry about what you're doing, then I'm with the wrong person. So I got a life to live too. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got time for that, to be in those type of relationships. The next thing is homophobia. Okay, I get it. People that are homophobic are bad. I understand that homophobia is bad. I get it. I understand. We are here. However, there's just as many women who are homophobic as there are men. So why is there a label given? Why is toxic masculinity assigned to a man who's homophobic? And why toxic femininity is not assigned to women who are homophobic? Somebody explain this to me. I'm not that. I don't seek to hinder anybody. You want to be gay? Fine. You want to get married? Fine. You want to do your thing? Fine. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm not gay, so as long as you're not coming to me with it, I'm good. So I never sought to oppress anybody or feel like they should be oppressed. I don't buy into that whole Bible thing. They going to hell. I don't buy into any of that. Live your life. We all wake up every day and try to live our lives bullshit free. And so let's not cause no trouble for nobody else, and they won't cause no trouble for you. That's how I see. Now, with that being said, here's where it gets tricky in society today. We are no longer allowed to have opinions. I don't like chitterlings. I don't like them. They're nasty to me. I don't like the smell of them. I don't judge other people that like chitlins. I just don't like chitlins. Now, because you like chitlins and I don't like chitlins, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop saying I don't like chitlins because it might hurt your feelings. You see what I'm saying? If I don't like that, that ain't my thing. That's not my personal preference. It's not my personal preference. I wish no harm upon you. Do your thing. Eat your chitlins. That ain't for me. I get to feel that way. But in today's society, if you like chitlins and I don't like chitlins, then I'm your enemy. And the way that I reassure you is not to ever speak on chitlins. The hell you preach. I get to talk about what I want to talk about. If I see a woman in a sundress, but she has on gigantic red clown shoes, that is funny to me. I get to find something funny. I'm not a bad person because I giggle at that. I get to have a funny bone. My funny bone has nothing to do with your funny bone. You see what I'm saying? I get to have personal preferences. I'm not against that woman for wearing a sundress and big red clown shoes, but it tickles me. So the next thing is that's on this list, greed. I have no idea why this was put on a list. This is dumb. Women are greedy too. There's just as many greedy women as they are dudes. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand it. That's ridiculous to me. Who made this list up? Violent domination. Okay, if you are a violent person, then there's an issue there. I don't necessarily think that's toxic masculinity. There's an issue. You have anger issues. I know women with anger issues. Is that toxic femininity? That's what I'm asking you. You should not be violent and dominating over people. However, in the defense of others, 9 times out of 10, somebody seeks out a man to come do some violence or have a presence there, which suggests that if this goes too far, violence might occur. Number 6, not engaging in chores around the house. That's toxic masculinity. Wow. Now, well, I guess I can see if you are the type of dude who feels like that's woman's work, then yeah, that's I can see that. That's toxic masculinity. But me, my wife ain't got to cook for me because I know how to cook. My wife ain't got to wash the dishes because I can wash the dishes. I can do my laundry. I can clean. But this is a partnership in here. Now, the only thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to fold up laundry. Hey, we all got to have some type of flaw, and I'm not folding laundry. It is the bane of my existence. I shall not participate in those type of shenanigans. However, my wife won't do yard work. So, hey, that's a good trade-off. I'm not folding laundry, and she not going to rake up leaves. Hey, we good. And then they have on here being promiscuous. That's toxic masculinity. This is 2020. Women out here getting their groove on just as much as dudes, if not more, because there's some weird shift in the ecosystem now. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So you can't put that on men. Women do it too. And if you're going to say toxic masculinity, you got to say toxic femininity. You got to say that. This next one is interesting. Not being an ally to feminists. What the hell is that? That's a weird one. Now, I have an idea what it means based off a situation that I seen one time. And after the situation was over with, I heard that term, not being an ally to feminists, thrown about. So let me address it like this. If being an ally to feminists means that you get to be verbally abusive and emasculate a man in public, and then when that man matches your energy verbally and you didn't expect it, Now you get to look around to all the men and say, y'all gonna let him talk to me like that? If that's what being an ally to feminists mean, count me out. Count me out. Because that's exactly the situation that I witnessed. Being an ally to a feminist doesn't mean you get to, in the spirit of speaking your mind, you get to verbally emasculate a man and he's supposed to sit there and take it. If that's what it takes to be an ally to feminists, count me out of that one. I take the hit on that. Now, this last one, I gotta admit, pissed me off. It pissed me off that it was even mentioned. Last one is the word stoic. Now, whoever included the word stoic into this list needs their head examined. I will say it publicly. I will say it privately. I was screaming from a mountaintop. There's absolutely, positively nothing wrong with a man being stoic. And if we can be honest, some women are stoic. What it comes down to is indifference. The powers that be that are pushing this stuff do not want men to seem or actually be indifferent to hair on fire. Remember how our dads were unbothered? Remember how our granddads were unbothered about things? People, there could be a circus happening around them. People could have their hair on fire, running around, whatever, and they would be very calm. And they would be like, hey, calm down. Now explain to me what's happening. Hey, cut it out. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Now tell me what happened. Remember that? Remember when something happened, you went and got dad? Remember when something happened, you went and got granddad? And everybody else could be in a frenzy, could be emotional. Dad and granddad would never be. They would just go into action to fix it, to rectify the situation. A personal story of mine. We had a stray dog crawl into the crawl space, which was about maybe 2 foot, maybe about 3 foot high, under our house and die. We didn't know the dog was under there for a while, and it started to stink. It started, the whole house smelled like dead dog. Now, my mom is freaking out because you cannot escape the smell. And we had been looking, couldn't, find out what was going on. This is a distasteful task. This is my dad's job to go and seek out this smell, not my mom's. When he had a flashlight and he looked into an opening in the crawl space, and he seen a decomposing dog's body, maybe 6 or 7 foot away from him, a decision had to be made. Now, the crawl space was very small. Now, me and my brother were terrified. We were small kids at the time, but we actually thought, I know I did, that he was going to send us in there to get that dog out. He seen the horror in our face. He wasn't horrified. He was calm. My mom flipping out. He was calm. He was stoic. This is the distasteful task that has to be done. And as per the man of the house, the burden falls upon him to rectify it. We need men to be stoic. When there's a bump in the night and somebody has to go downstairs and investigate, nobody sends their wife. Nobody sends the girl. I'm just saying. When there's some heavy lifting to be done, a dude goes to do it. When there's a crisis, go find dad. Go get uncle. Go get the coach. Because men tend to be stoic in these situations, which makes them calm, and that's ingrained in us. Those are instincts. That's stuff that's been in us for thousands of years. As the hunters, as the protectors. Old school men, I have a message for you. Don't you ever let what's happening out here today make you second guess the values that was handed down to you from your dad and your granddad. They still have value, and you are necessary. Be firm, be fair. There's nothing wrong with being abrasive. Do not let someone tell you that because it makes them uncomfortable. It has nothing to do with you. You be civil with everybody. You be fair with everybody. But there's nothing wrong with being firm, and there's nothing wrong with being abrasive. Someone said that toxic masculinity is a man assuming that he should make a command decision. Well, usually in groups, there's a designated leader. Sometimes that's not even spoken. Sometimes that's not even said. It's not a vote taken or nothing like that, but this is the dude who's taking charge and doing everything. Or it could be the woman. Whoever is that person gets to make the command decision. You don't expect me to do all the distasteful tasks that comes along with being the leader. And then when there's a command decision that needs to be made, now we got to take a vote. No vote was taken before. It was just expected that I do it. We living in a weird space today. Old school fellas with old school values. There's a place for you in this world. Don't you let nobody tell you no different. Seems like certain segments of society is slowly moving toward a time when men have to ask permission to be assertive. It's fine when you are assertive on the behalf of a woman. It's fine when you are assertive on the behalf of a pet. It's fine when you are assertive on the behalf of a child. But when you are assertive on your behalf, when you have a personal preference, it's toxic masculinity. Stop trying to please everybody. Newsflash, you don't have to. Because if my hair's on fire, I need your hair to be on fire too. And if your hair's not on fire about what my hair is on fire about, you're a bad person. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Your hair being on fire is your business. I can be as cool as a cucumber. And to me, that's what being stoic is, being cool as a cucumber. So I can't say that we can ignore this term because the term has value. But I can say that men, we should reject the kitchen sink being tossed into the definition. But again, this is your boy, Marvin Hunter, and this is Marvin Hunter Speaks. Please subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel, even if you disagree. Until next time, peace.